Hello friends, in this video I'm not going to tell you what CTC is. I'm also not going to tell you why CTC is a myth. If you don't know that by now, you can watch a lot of videos that are already available on YouTube, and basically they will tell you why CTC is a myth and what CTC is just a number your mom and dad used to impress their neighbors and so on. However, I'm going to tell you certain rules that I personally use to basically transform CTC into something which I call a deal. Now, we all know cities is not a real salary that we get or real income that we get. However, and when we are joining a company, or let's say when we have an offer, we do need to compare this offer with our existing income that we have in our current company, or probably a competing offer that we have. So I tend to compute something which I call a deal. Now, deal, I say, is the exact income which that company is offering me for 1 year, and that is my way to basically compare my different CTCs that I have. Rule number one is basically that income tax is the foremost reality. There are a lot of videos that will tell you why your 10 lakh CTC is not 10 lakh because there will be income tax associated with it. So if you're planning to buy a car, let's say worth 10 lakh, you will not be able to do it cash down by the end of the year because you will not have 10 lakh in the end. And that is true. That is extremely valid. However, when you are comparing your deal or when you are comparing your CTC, my recommendation is don't get into income tax. इनकम टैक्स इज अ परम सत्य, वो है वो रहेगा. नो मैटर वेयर यू आर गेटिंग योर इनकम फ्रॉम, इनकम टैक्स विल बी देयर. इफ यू आर गेटिंग योर 10 lakh फ्रॉम वन कंपनी, or let's say if you're getting 10 lakh split across two different companies, you'll still be paying income tax. There's no way you can evade income tax, and if you are doing basically that is not legal. So my recommendation is do not get into computation of income tax just for the sake of comparing your deals or CTC with different companies. Now, second point is the most important point. You need to focus on it. Whenever you are comparing different CTCs, or whenever you are comparing different deals, as I call it, you should only focus on the 1 year window. Now, is a high chance that your CTC or the offer letter which you receive might be containing certain components which might split across various years. For example, there might be different stock options that you might be getting, and your offer letter might say that you will get 25% of the stocks in 1 year and 25% of in subsequent 3 years. However, the idea is when you are focusing or transforming your CTC into deals, just focus on 1 year bucket and basically see whatever you are getting in that 1 year bucket. If you want to do this activity for, let's say, for complete 4 years that your CTC talks about, do this activity for each year separately, so that you have a fair understanding what you will be getting in your first year, what you will be getting in your second year, and so on. And when you are comparing your deal, compare your year-wise earnings with the year-wise earning of the other offer letter or what of other CTC you have. So rule number two is break down your CTC into 1 year, and first year is the foremost important, and then you can continue. And if you want to basically do it for subsequent years. So rule three talks about guaranteed bonuses, and there are high chances that your CTC might contain a lot of different components which are fixed and guaranteed, and this starts from very basic pay and basically ends with certain bonuses, some reimbursements you might be getting. Whatever is the fixed component in this, you are supposed to include that when you are basically computing your deal. So for example, if there is a joining bonus which you are getting, then and that is guaranteed you'll get in your 1 year. Here we are assuming that you stick into the company for at least one complete year. So if there's a joining bonus which you are getting in your first year, you are basically supposed to include that in your deal computation. Fourth point, however, talks about the minimum of the variable part. If there are certain variable parts in your CTC, my recommendation is include the minimum of what the variable offers. For example, let's say some CTC offerings might include your performance bonus, and let's say there's a company which is offering you performance bonus of 0 to 20% depending upon your performance. Now, depending upon what the average offering of the company is, if you, let's say, know that the company offers 10% on an average, and you are pretty much sure that you are a hardworking person, so you will be able to get that. So my suggestion is don't go up above 10%, stick to the 10%. So you can keep the performance, you can assume performance bonus to be 10%, and that is what you'll add in your deal computation. However, if you are still unsure about companies offering or what company actually gives in those variables, my recommendation is stick to zero. or whatever the minimum is. So if company is offering, let's say, 5 to 10% as your performance bonus, which means 5% is something which you'll still get, then my recommendation is keep the 5% part as it is the minimum part in your deal computation. And the last rule is about uh, conditional benefits. Now, there might be certain benefits that your company might be offering, and they might depend upon a lot of conditions. For example, let's say there is education reimbursement that companies offer, and that depends upon whether you take your education reimbursement based on the education whatever pursuing while working with the company. And this will only be beneficial for you if you are going ahead with education while working at the company. And if you are not opting for it, then this education reimbursement has no value for it. So all those conditional variables that you have in your CTC, do not include them in your deal, because these components are situational. They might be beneficial for you or they might not be beneficial for you. However, if you are very much sure, for example, let's say if your car lease is being offered in the company, and you are pretty much sure that you are going to buy a car under car lease plan, and you want to basically consider that when you're comparing your CTCs across different companies, then that is what you can include, and that is dependent on person to person. However, my recommendation is, if you are not sure about anything, and these bonuses are conditional, or bonus or reimbursement, whatever they are conditional, then do not include them in your deal. These are some basic rules which I follow while basically breaking down my CTC into something I call deal. And this has helped me negotiate my CTC with a lot of companies, which include different companies in FANG, and I generally find it useful. And this is my recommendation, that you pay a lot of attention. If you miss any part in this video, if you have any questions, you can put them in comment section, and I recommend you revisit this video when you get actual offer letter from a different company. Be it, let's say, if you're a student and your company it has come for placements in your campus, they'll probably give you a proposal with a presentation about their offerings. And once you receive that, visit this video once again, see how you can break down that CTC into something I call a D, and see if this D is better than some other company that has visited your campus or not. If you like this video, and if you're looking for a lot of information around different components of CTCs, we'll be making a video around that also. So keep watching the channel. Thank you.